I've had enough. Stop it. Stop it. How am I gonna fix this shit? Is that good? Will I be able to do my things in there? Yeah, that'll do. Hello. This is me. I'm going to see NOSFERATU. I'm going to do a little video over there. So I thought it would be a fun thing for me to do to get dressed up in a little bit of an outfit and a makeup moment. Oh God, I can't do this. This freaking, the light is crazy. That's insane. What am I supposed to do with that? You know what, fuck it, we ball. So, I'm thinking that the idea I wanted to go with for NOSFERATU, considering it is a vampire film, I wanted to do like a sort of very decrepit face, inspired by a photo that I will clip in here of me when I was a bit younger. And I managed to do this little contour situation where I made myself look like gaunt, starving, and disgusting. And that's kind of what I want to go for this when I go and see the film by myself, because that's really exciting for me. So I'm going to do that to the best of my abilities and make myself look as shit as possible. And then on the, but like apart from that, like neck down, I want to do like very fierce, like leather skirt, like clad in fur a little bit, because he has like a little, like a fur thingamabob in the film. So that's kind of what I'm going for, because I thought like the juxtaposition of that is kind of funny. So that's what I'm going to go with today. I don't know very much about this film. I've intentionally avoided most things, as I do with most films that I go to see. So my goal here is to do this look, get on the way to the location, and then afterwards do like a little review upon what I've just seen. I think I don't know what I'm going to use for the makeup, really, because this look I did a very long time ago. I have this ivory foundation that I used way back when. I bought it. It was the first foundation I ever bought, and I've never used it. So I think it's not going to look that good, which kind of might add to the energy. But I'm going to go in this makeup by myself, get my little snacks and all those kind of beautiful things. And then I will sit in my car after the fact and I need a paper towel or a tissue. That would clean my brushes. I'm gonna be honest, in my entire time of owning brushes, I lie to people and say that I've cleaned them for the sake of not being judged. But in full truth and honesty, I've never cleaned them a day in my life, and I've had them for upwards of like 5 years. So this is me being candid and honest about my struggle at this place in time. So I hope that you could ever forgive me for such a thing. To unpack something that's kind of problematic, but like I'm gonna laugh about it because that's how we do this. That'll do. I'm so hungry, so I'm very excited to get snacks and things like that. And in lead up to this video, I was like, oh, I could probably, like, because I went food shopping today. I was like, hold on, I need to, actually, before I unpack this, I'm gonna get a headband. I'm very insecure about my forehead size, so be kind, please. What's gonna work for this? Do I have anything? Not really. It's okay, I'll just do it. But like, I feel like there's a lot of real estate up there that I'm gonna have to cover. So when I push my bangs up to deal with that, don't be a dick about it. So, got my little drugstore foundation. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I went food shopping today and got all my stuff together. Actually, I'm not going to look at you. I'm going to look at the mirror. That's going to be easier for me. I'm going to use a lot of white here. But yes, so I went shopping today, and in lead up to this video, I was like, oh, I could probably eat something because I'm really hungry and haven't eaten anything all day, right? But what has stopped me from eating is that I am in a very cute outfit where my midriff shows. And I think a lot of people, specifically women, can relate to the idea that I'm putting forward, that I chose not to eat because I felt like I look better, where you can't see as much of like my chub, so to speak, which is fine. Like I know everyone really kind of has this conception, and this is something I'm going to talk to my therapist about. I'm going to my first therapy session tomorrow, actually. So that's kind of huge. But yeah, like, do as I say, not as I do, because I am aware that I do this and it's wrong and it's bad and I shouldn't do it, but it doesn't really stop me from doing it. But I don't know. I think it's pretty common to be aware of that sort of behavior. But we trot on. So that's fears actually. It's pretty solid. But I mean, I like minorly struggled with like, to be real, like when I moved to Sydney. So history of my life to anybody who doesn't know. So I moved to Sydney in about mid-June of 2023. So, because I wanted to get out there and explore my new life and be a baddie in Sydney, which is, I think, totally fair and wonderful, and it's very much the actor's dream to go to Sydney and make it in the industry and see what life is like out there. I've got the foundation on. I'm not going to put concealer on. I'll see how I feel about brows. But basically, the rest of this is just going to be me applying eyeshadow to accentuate jowls and make a very gaunt facial structure. And maybe I'll put like blood around my mouth, like a lipstick, and then just smear it to all hell. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm creative and fun. So, yeah, so I went to Sydney. And it was really hard being over there because you think that you're going to go there and slay with this built-up confidence that you have from other parts of your life. And then you get there and everyone in Sydney is so put together and attractive and conventionally so, in a way that I felt I'd never described myself as. So it was kind of difficult to be in that space, to be totally honest. So that drove me to accentuate some disordered habits with eating, which is, it's hard. It's hard because, I mean, I was also kind of by myself there. So it's hard not to feel inferior when there's nobody there, like in person, to really give that energy to you and tell you that you are good enough. So if anybody's watching this and feels like they're not good enough, I have been there, and your outlook on it does change a little bit over time. But it's a journey. You take it one thing at a time. This is already not looking good. But I wish I had the photo in front of me, but I'm filming this on my phone, so I can't really do it that pristinely. Oh my God. you know what's so funny? I have Jesus Christ. I have eaten next to nothing today in the service of skinniness. And I have shat like 3 times. And I don't know why that's happening, because I don't think my body has anything to give, or at least I wouldn't think it does. But like, as the case would show, like, there's apparently something left in there to remove. I had a bag of almonds in full Gigi Hadid style. I chewed them really well. I'm just going to trust the process here. Because it kind of just looks like I've shoved a bunch of dirt on my face. But you know, I believe in me. I believe in my creative abilities. But yeah, God, things got very real very fast. Things have gotten very real in this situation rather quickly. That's fine. That's what this is for. It's funny, in creating videos like this, because I'm very new to it, I feel like I'm critiquing myself in this moment and not like accepting that I'm like, that me and my presence and everything is enough, which is something I think a lot of people struggle with in general. And I wonder if a lot of other creators in this space, and if you're a creator and watching this, please let me know, that did you struggle with this at first, with this idea that you needed to be like a certain type of funny or a certain type of performative for people to actually enjoy your content, you know? Because I feel like that would be a very common experience, because being presentational in such a manner. No! Stop it! That's not good. Oh my God. We'll fucking fix it. It's fine. I'll fix it. Shut up. Everyone shut up. I'm gonna fix it. But it's like hard because like what I talk about with influencers a little bit, what I have talked about with like my friends and stuff, is that being a celebrity, like being an actor, like, you know, celebrities become famous for like a certain creative craft, which is usually acting, singing, dancing, or something of that nature, or it could be something in a different sort of family of skill, if you will. But in this scenario, like one after the fact, usually you then have to create like a corner market on your personality and whether or not that is engaging or interesting to watch according to people, which I've always found very fascinating. Because I'm sure, like, I wonder if that's something that people could, like, in press tours for, like, Harry Potter and Hunger Games and things like that. Well, Hunger Games, she was an adult, so it's different. But for Harry Potter, those kids were very, like, ready for press, it seemed like. Like, they were very personable and fun and very much had the know-how, like, seemingly of media training to, like, be likable in the eyes of the British public. So when you, like, but, like, they were also so young, and they definitely just grew into that more and more as time went on, right? They definitely grew into that as time went on. So I wonder a little bit, I'm like, do they kind of try to be aware of that when casting, like, child actors? Like, whether or not they're going to be likable for cameras and media attention. If so, that's kind of shit. Not shit, I guess that is just industry stuff, you know? but I wouldn't highlight that as something I would like to go into hiring a child with kind of the awareness that you're going to exploit them for entertainment in a way that has nothing to really to do with your art or with the art you're presenting. I do find that's very interesting. Okay, I think I know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to add some, I'm going to put some foundation or something in here to highlight that area. And so it looks a little bit less muddy. And then maybe I'll put some of this same thing in my actual eyelid, so it makes the eyes look more sunken and terrible. How is it that the job I did of this makeup years ago is I am paling in comparison to that right now? Because I did such a beast job back then. I don't really fucking see it. There we go. That's better. That is not attractive. Which is great. That's the goal. In the comments of my first video that I made for my New Year's, to describing my New Year's experience, okay, that's more where we want to be. That's more business, that's gas. When I did my last video, I read the comments section today. Yesterday, last night. And there was a person that said that my goal for 2025 should be sorting out the discrepancy between what I say and what I feel. Because clearly, they were so clearly what you went through the other night where those guys were being bullies to you, it clearly affected you to some extent. But you keep saying that you don't care. To almost, this is what he said, but what I'm saying is to compensate, I guess. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. We're starting to get somewhere. If I just put foundation all over this bottom part, and we make it just kind of a stark line up to there. That seems to be a better idea than what I've been pitching otherwise. It's sad, because back then, because I had such a round face, I think I was just so moldable to different types of vibes. But now, because I have this beard that makes me so undeniably sexy, it's I can't help but look a little bit not chiseled, but like look a little bit like, I don't know, just like apocalypse aesthetic a little bit. Like I look like I've been through something. Wow. How beautiful. What beautiful work it is that I do. And then we're going to chuck a little bit of foundation down the middle of the nose, just here. Am I doing it wrong? Does it need to be more like jowls? Like, I think I'm just like lifting it too much. Maybe, hold on. Hold the fuck on. Hold on. Hold on. I've got this. You don't think I got this? I got this. It's actually kind of mean that you think I don't got this, because I really think I do got this in a way that you couldn't even begin to fucking understand. I'm gonna wipe this away. What if I go more under? Oh shit. Spilling my cellar water everywhere. Yeah, why not? Now, if I go more like down then up, I think it's going to accentuate more of like a jowls type sensation. So, where on earth is my brush? I swear to God, this happens every time that it's right in front of my face. I knew that. Why is it doing that? Why is it not picking up? Fuck! We're going to do a time lapse on this video for sure. There we go. That's a little bit better. All right. That's better. So note to self, when the foundation is wet, it definitely has a very clear sensation of like, it like slides on, the powder slides on a lot better. Huge. How much time do I have? I can't see. See what the time is. We're just gonna hope and pray I have enough time. I would love to look at it in not this light. So basically I don't know what happened. I guess the light bulb blew out in my bathroom because the light bulb is not working. Like this one here is not working, so I can't get front lighting, so I can't see what happens when the light shines directly on my makeup. So all I have is this nasty little backlighting, which makes, when you stand here, side note, makes the bod look incredible. Makes every line look way more defined than it actually is, which is lovely. We love to see that. But it means doing makeup in here, because this is usually my makeup space, it can get rather difficult to do what I need to do in here. Now, do I do my eyebrows? Would that be an intelligent idea? Or will that kind of make me look too glam? I'm sweating, dude. Oh my God. It's like... Oh, that's actually like not bad. I actually looked at myself outside and it doesn't look that bad. It does not look that, not very delicate. It does not look that bad. So, I think what I might do is keep the lips pale. Keep the lips all pale and shit looking. And then we're gonna take a little lipstick we have. I'm sure I have like a deep red lipstick, surely. I sure do. I sure do. Just got it right here, and then like. Do that. Make it look like I was gonna say I just ate a girl out on her period, but that seems inappropriate. So we might redact that. Okay, that's beautiful. We love to see that. Is there anything else I should add? Because I'm like, okay. Like I look bad. I look really, really bad, which is really, really good. Okay, let's take this out to the thing and we'll get the final look at it. Like some better lighting, so maybe. Ooh! That's what it's about. It kind of makes me like, gives me a little bit of like a jawline. Not a jawline, it's like a head buccal fat removal. Which isn't like a terrible thing. Should I powder? Should I powder? Yeah, let's look like chalk. It's fine. Why not? That sounds like a great idea. Where's my powder? Perfect. This is the look. Love it. So we're gonna like pair this with like a very like fierce outfit, because this outfit that I'm currently wearing is not really giving the NOSFERATU vibes. So I'm gonna turn this camera away and get changed into an outfit that corresponds. So I could be wrong, but I think this outfit is giving, statistically speaking. So we got like a cute little knee high going on. Going on there. My little leather skirt, my corset, and like this little shirt as like a blouse. And lest we forget the makeup. And then I found a friend's hair clip, like a claw, on one of my shells, and now I've just shoved it in the corset, and now it kind of looks like a rose from a distance. But yeah, I actually feel relatively strongly about the look that I've put together. And maybe I'll chuck like a fur onto it. Where's my fur? Ow. Oh, fuck me. Like a fur, like, throw kind of situation. Look at this. Ooh! I am so sorry to everyone who is not me at this time. But I hope that you do make your peace with who you are, truly, within yourself. But, yeah. So I think this is going to be the fit, the NOSFERATU fit. The next time I check in with you, it's going to be in the car. We'll have some more car chats. And then, yes, I will return shortly. I'm actually back. So what I was thinking is that, NOSFERATU is very like, it's very like dark gothic vibes. So I was thinking that I can either rock like this leather skirt and like do an outfit around this. I think that would be kind of cute. This with a cute top and like these knee-high boots. I mean, you might know these knee-high boots if you watch my first video. This is the ones I almost got assaulted in. So we might go with those ones. Those might be nice. Maybe like then with like a little gothic corset moment. I'm scared I'm gonna look too good. I'm mapping the look out in my head and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna look like amazing. So that's gonna be a problem. What should I wear? What's like the top? What's the top? Like, I could wear something kind of blousey, like if I have like, what do I possess? If I wore like this number maybe, like a simple little white button-up shirt, then with that actually might be over. Okay, so I'm going to change into that outfit and we're going to do a little up and down. We're going to see how we feel about it. Welcome to the car. So we are going on a journey, and Jesus Christ, the air conditioner's loud. So we are going to go starting our journey to go to see NOSFERATU. I have a 6:20 session at the cinema. I really honestly can't tell if what I'm doing here, like my behavior, is illegal. Is it bad that like I have like the camera like here, like facing me like this? Because it's like FaceTime, right? I suppose you're not really meant to have FaceTime on while you drive. So I'm just gonna do my very best to not look at myself, which is difficult because I feel like I look really good. So I know very little about this movie that I'm about to go see. I know that NOSFERATU was the first ever vampire film, right? Like, before Dracula and all that kind of stuff kind of put the whole vampire subgenre of horror into its Slayer era. But yeah, I've apparently heard really wonderful things about this movie. I'm excited to see what all the like hype is about around it. But I actually can't remember how long the movie is, and I have a sneaking suspicion it's 3 hours. And I have very harsh opinions of movies that are 3 hours because they have a tendency to waste my time. Because I feel that directors really like to suck their own dicks with 3-hour films. Because I think it's a real exercise in ego and self-interest to believe that your vision is so worthy of extravagance that you warrant 3 hours of my time. And I have seen that done well. Don't get me wrong, I have seen it done well before. The whole 3-hour epic situation. But most of the time with films where it's their baby, like it's a standalone film of 3 hours, I find that a lot of these directors just like didn't really have a sense of editing in things that were necessary to the scenes. Like, I saw Wicked recently. That was a film I think warranted its time period for me. I loved it from the beginning to the end of it. The Hunger Games movies, I feel like those movies are some of the most efficient uses of pacing that I've ever seen. Because half of that film is in the arena and half of that film is not. And it allows for like, basically just cuts the sort of conflict in half a little bit, the conflict you have to make room for within the bounds of your script, because like you don't have to pay as much, you just don't have to pay as much attention to it, you don't have to pay as much time to it, which I love. Like the drama in the outside world, it gets to remain relatively surface level and not so repetitious and annoying and melodramatic, and then the drama and action and acceleration of everything that when they move into the arena really helps propel it forward. My list for films that are 3 hours or in that 3-hour family that I don't like is a little bit longer. So one that really comes to mind is the film Beau is Afraid. I really was not keen on that movie because I just felt that Ari Aster, the director of that film, really was feeling like he was serving something with like the visuals and the insanity and bizarreness of it all. Because the film is like this 3-hour epic of this like pretty much an acid trip of a film of this guy who's like trying to go to his mother's funeral. But so Ari Aster made Hereditary and Midsummer and all that, so I was not blind going into the fact that he makes weird films, and I like that he makes weird films. So I don't like, it's not a thing of like I don't understand his vision. I don't always understand his vision. I think he like does things in films that I don't always like. Fuck me. He does things in films that I don't always like understand the meaning of, but it's done with a level of intent and sincerity that I understand there's probably something behind it that I'm just not seeing, and that I'm probably just not intelligent enough to understand, which is fine. I am very at peace with my intelligence. But with this film, I just felt that he was throwing a bunch of really bizarre ideas at the wall and just using this guise of it being bizarre to cover up for the fact that it kind of just didn't make any sense and didn't really do much service to the plot. And it was 3 hours of that. So it got pretty exhausting by the end of it. I walked out of that film pissed. I was so pissed because I was like, it just didn't really nothing just really mattered. Because when a film becomes so suspended from reality, like it's so suspended from reality that events just seem like they're happening just cause, that's when you lose me in a movie. And that's
something I really didn't like about the movie Saltburn. Saltburn, I just felt like was a... Saltburn, I actually don't know how long Saltburn was. And Saltburn is such a huge shame of a film for me. Because I, for about 90% of that film, was loving it. I was like ready for that film to be in my top 5 of movies I'd ever seen. And that was from actually watching it. That wasn't like from like build up or press or anything like that. So I'm going through the movie, and the idea of his obsession with this character and this romance and whatnot really sold me. It's kind of a hard thing for me to talk about, like, because not a lot of people know about it, but I'm also like part of the community. Like, I'm gay, so it's really, yeah, that's a thing that, like, you know, probably not a lot of people know about me. But I just found that, like, that idea, that queer struggle was really easy for me to, like, grab onto and relate to and hold the character's hand through, so to speak. But then the last part of the movie happens, and it turns out that it's all this, like, well, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Saltburn. It just kind of becomes this whole, like, it's like, was this methodical thing that he planned from the start to, like, take the family's wealth. And I'm like, well, that just for sure fucking cheapens the story now, doesn't it? All this, like, and then it also, like, then confuses me on everything that happened before then. This is a very separate thing. This is just a rant about Saltburn. I started on 3-hour films. The bottom line here is that Nosferatu, I think, is a long film. I don't know why I feel like it is. I think I saw, maybe read somewhere that it was a long film. And I feel like these sort of gothic horror films, or like these films that are a little bit Victorian in nature, like Pride and Prejudice and Nosferatu and oh my god, there's so many examples. And such as what other Victorian movies can I think of? I find that these gothic movies, they tend to very much harp on subtlety and dialogue and, I don't know, nuance. I think nuance and subtlety, I'm just like using synonyms here, but the world that they build is I think so presentational that they try to really fixate on making it seem real, so people don't think it's costumey or like Halloween-y or something like that, which I get. You don't want to cheapen the idea of your film when those films are certainly not cheap to make. But I just find that those films can be a little bit boring, so I'm worried that Nosferatu will bore me a little bit. This is my, like, pre-anticipation to this film. Sorry, I'm gonna lane change, and then I'll be right back with you, I promise. I promise. So I hope it doesn't fall into that trap of just everything being so subtle and monotone. Because I noticed in, like, these sort of melodramatic films where it's like everything's very, like, dark and mysterious and dramatic, everyone seems to talk like this all the time, and there's not much expression in the way that they talk. It's all very like the it's just, I don't know, it's just like dramatic movies just tend to, like, lean to that style of speaking, I think, in an effort to be taken seriously. But what I am excited for is just, like, the way they're going to combine, like, it's like vampire themes have been done in so many different ways, and it's been done to death. So for a vampire film to be done in a meaningful way is a challenge, or a meaningful or interesting way. But if any film is going to be able to do that, it's going to be Nosferatu, because that was the originator of said genre. And so I'm excited to see what gets done with it. The guy in front of me fully just turned into my lane without indicating And I've now seen so many people do that I'm now worried that I'm doing it and I'm not realizing, because I don't think he realized he just did that. Pookie, you're gonna get me killed. Yeah, I'm very excited for this movie because I love a good horror. Horror is like, I'd pretty confidently say horror is my favorite genre, but the problem is like I've struggled so hard to find a horror movie, like a genuine horror film, like classic style horror film that I've like enjoyed, because all of them, they're just kind of very predictable and samey, which is good as to the whole thing with this film, because I know very little about it and what I'm going into it. It's got a very star-studded cast, so there's no reason that the performances won't be wonderful. The visual effects, I'm sure, will be on point. The thing is with so many films nowadays, I think I very much like my judgment of films that I like very much just come off of like a feeling I associate with them. It's not necessarily like all of the technical stuff really helps and adds to a film. Costumes, cinematography, all that kind of shit. All really adds to it. All really creates a great vibe. However, yeah, it all really creates a very good energy and a very good vibe. But, all that is just kind of bonuses to the idea that, like, of how I feel when I watch the film. So, like, Holdovers was one of my favorite movies that I saw in 2023. Just so they felt like the film had so much life to it. It like had so much like happiness and energy and joy, and that then translated to me. I felt joyful when watching it. But then, like with a film like Saltburn, for example, like all the technical aspects were obviously down. The costumes, the cinematography, the lighting, the makeup, the like locations, like everything about it, like the editing, all of it is in the correct space. Like all of it's been done well. Like I can't clock any of it. But it's always just a writing issue. But creativity is so subjective, and no one's ever going to feel like, no two people are ever going to feel like really the exact same way about something that you produce. This is just kind of how I feel about it, and that's my truth, and that's my feeling, and that's my journey, and that's seen, heard, and valid, I think. Oh God, I'm like crying. Guys, it's making me really emotional. Yeah. I am very just keen to see what this film makes me feel. Because in a film of its supposed length, it'll be very easy to lose me and just make me want to go home and leave. Especially when I'm wearing heels and a miniskirt and a corset and makeup. But I have committed to the bit. I have given of myself to NOSFERATU in this way, visually, and I'm giving financially as well. I will pay for my ticket. And so the only thing I'm requesting in return is for me to be given a memorable experience. The worst thing a film can be for me, the worst thing, is it can be boring. If I'm bored during a film, I might as well have just not gone and seen it. But I am sure that it will be a meaningful experience. I'm sure I will enjoy it. But we shall really see about that. I've actually made pretty good time. My session's at 6:20. I started getting ready at 4:45. And it's about to be 6. I'm going to be able to get in time for previews and all that shit. Ugh. I'm about to go into the shopping center and get my snacks. I'm just trying to find a place to park. And the nerves of recording myself in public as an influencer. Ah! Oh god, I hate it. I just referred to myself with that. I don't mean it like that. I'm not as an influencer. I just like as doing like an influencer type activity. I'm not an influencer. I'm not. It just fuck me. That made me want to crawl out of my body. Oh, I can do that. I can go that way. Hold on. But the idea of recording myself in a public space, doing an influencer type activity, is making me really nervous because I think people are going to judge me. I honestly, I mean, I can't exactly sit here and say I don't do things to draw attention anyway, but like oh god, I draw enough attention already with the outfits that I wear. I don't really need to add a judgment upon my character based on my actual behavior on top of that, because that's a real defeating thing. Like, at least when people like look me up and down on my outfit and judge me on that, I can just like shrug it off that they don't really know me or who I am or anything. But these people that are going to be judging me at this place and time for filming in public, they're kind of well within their rights. It is kind of a cringe thing to do, but it's for my own social development. We're here. It's for my own social development, so fuck them. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I'm very scared. So I'm gonna take you on this journey with me, and if I am quiet or scared or seem socially anxious, that's because I am. So just 1 second and we'll be in the shop soon. What we're gonna do here is I'm gonna just talk to you as if I'm talking to a friend, because the closer I get to the shops here, the more I'm shitting myself inside. But you know, if somebody calls me the F slur, hopefully I'll get it on camera and it will go viral. And I'll be able to make a career off of this so I don't have to keep working a day job. Somebody just drove past me. Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me. Anyway. We're gonna hold you down here, because I don't have the heart to hold you out with my full arm. Not yet. We'll get to that point, I'm sure. Escalator. Just fell. There we go. Got it. Quite good quality. The way that it blurs out the background just focuses me. Quite fetching. Quite a fetching aesthetic. Everything's very closed. Hopefully the shop's still open. If I can't buy my snacks, I think I'll kill myself. Ow. Okay, on the bright side, there's really no one here, which makes me feel less anxious about getting a broom shoved up my ass. There's Coles. When people side-eye me, I don't know what to do except laugh, because I think I'll cry otherwise. I wonder if somebody's gonna ask me if I'm okay. I do look pretty haggard. This way. I found the aisle that I want. Where are the pea crisps? Where are the fucking pea crisps, bro? Where are the pea crisps? I need the pea crisps. Chips and stuff is down this aisle. Surely that'll work. I found them. Don't worry. Shut the fuck up. I found them. Oh yes, okay. A chocolate. A vegan chocolate. Thank you so much, Diva. Someone just told me that it looks slay. What a good day it is to be me. Scary shit, bro. Scary ass shit. Where am I going? Help me, I'm upper middle class. I've never been inside of a grocery store before. Sorry, man. Can I just grab this really quick? Sorry. Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. I tried to put in my student ID. That's not how that works, is it? Just swipe it. Yeah, swipe it, dude. It's not letting me do it. There we go, thank the Lord. Never mind, we're fine. I did it. Don't worry about it. I shouldn't run, they're gonna think I shoplifted. I shouldn't do that. I was trying to do my card and it said contactless was unavailable. Just thank God I knew my PIN because I tried to swipe it. And it said that wasn't working either. And I got really scared because I was scared I was gonna have to ask a employee to assist me. just not ready for that level of human interaction at this time, you know? It's not ready. There's someone I know that works at the cinema, and I can't tell if I would love it if he saw me like this, or if I would hate it. Because then I would have to explain what I'm doing. And I think to say that you're vlogging implies a level of self-interest that you have something to say about the world. And maybe that is the case, maybe I do. But I don't want them to think that I do. You know? Because that's embarrassing. Oh. Five Head, hello. Nice to see you. I got my bangs cut so I would never have to see you again. How would you react if I just like the wind blew and it just flew off and I was wearing a wig this entire time? Would you ever trust me again? You who wear wigs are notoriously liars and child groomers. I made it back to the car. I'm alive, safe, and well. This is huge. A huge opportunity for all parties involved. I really appreciate you coming on that journey with me through there. I really honestly don't think I would have been able to make it without you. Sticking you up again. God damn it. My hair's crazy. I look insane. Lol, as if I didn't look insane previously. That's fine. I need air conditioning now. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, plot twist, I can't whistle. Unless it's like the pound of matte foundation that I put atop my lips. Does whistling require moisture? I'm not sure. I don't think it's working. Are they letting me through? Oh, thank you so much. You're very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just pulling up to the cinema now. I might take you into the snack bar with me so I can test my resolve about filming in public. I'll take you through the snack bar with me. I'll take you to the ticket. Actually, I can't. There's no point in taking you through the snack bar because I'm not getting any snacks. I just bought my snacks. I've got water as well, so there's nothing I really need. So what I'll do is that I'm gonna take you guys to the ticket thing, to the ticket master. I'll hide you and take you through the cinema, because I feel like if they see me filming on my way into the cinema, they're gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm gonna be like, I'm an influencer. No, I'm an influencer. Like, do you not know who I am? Like, check my account. You'll see how many followers I have. And, like, yeah, like, I'm kind of a big deal. Aww. I just went by this couple. They're hugging. That's so sweet. I hope they die. Is there a parking spot available? There sure is. There sure is. There's a lot of people here, like, just sitting in their cars doing nothing. Scary. I'm pulling up to this far away point. When you go to a parking space and you see the parking sign that says like something P, is that the amount of hours you can be there for? Like maximum? Like a maximum amount of hours? Maximum parking hours? Am I in this parking space? Hello? Am I even in parking space? I didn't put the park on. I almost drove into a bush. Stop. Stop it. Don't look at my skirts. Stop it. Oh, I am not even in a modicum of the line of the parking space. How did I fuck up that badly? There was like zero room for error. And I still found it. Okay, I think we did it. I think we did better this time. Okay. Let's have a look. Ah! I'm in! Fuck you, you said I couldn't do it. Alright. I'm going to take you on this journey inside. If only it's something to hide all the shit on there. I probably checked my bag before. Okay, I'll take you guys with me. We're doing really well. On my way in. I don't know how allowed. I don't know the guidelines on YouTube for how specific you can be about like what places you go to. I don't know if those brands then sue you. I don't think I'm important enough to be sued by any respective brand. So I don't think it matters. But let's just say the cinema I'm at rhymes with Savent. Savent. Oh. Wait, is that okay? That's public, right? That's public stuff. You can film that. Go on in, boys. Oh my god. Literally, what time is it? I don't know. I don't know. In this fucking economy? Are you joking? Arrest me. It's the guy I know. I need to hide my face. I can't be seen. Let's blend. Oh, I'm fucked. I'm so fucked. He's gonna see me. He's gonna see me. I'm so fucked. What time is it? How long can I wait this out? How long can I wait this out, guys? How much time do I have? I don't want to be seen like this. I genuinely don't know what time. I have no conception of time at this juncture. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm just hiding it. Yeah, 16. It's gonna be done that way. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm gonna do it, but I don't want to do it. I just don't want to talk. I don't want to talk to anyone. The point of my existence here today is that I'm trying to be discreet. Well, discreet-ish. Like, in terms of behavior, I'm just meant to be just someone that people overlap from a distance. I'm not actually meant to be interacting with anybody. Oh, God. Okay. I got this. Oh my God, drop my shit. This is really my favorite thing. Oh, hello. I'm good, Elias. How you doing? Good, just sort of, yeah.
Yep, 16 on your right. Enjoy it.
Thank you so much. It was fine. It worked out fine. See the way that I immediately put on my social persona? Because I'm a master at hiding my emotions. It's honestly like, people should learn from me. Okay, I'm entering the cinema now, but I gotta say goodbye now. But I hope you have a wonderful time without me. I will be back in a minute to tell you what I thought of the film. Goodbye. Alrighty. We just got out of the film. I haven't said a word to myself or anything, nor to another living soul about this film at this time. So now it is time to discuss all the thoughts, feelings, emotions surrounding the film NOSFERATU that I just watched. So I thought it was good. I thought it was a good movie. I think it was a really good, solid horror movie with a really strong direction. I'll just start with the things that I really liked about the movie. I really fucked with the score of the film, just because the grand orchestral vibe of it all definitely made the film and elevated it to a place where the danger of it felt very severe, and it felt very alive. Like, it felt very in a situation like this, where the singular evil is like a vampire or something that could be regarded as like silly, a really grandiose score, I think, really elevates to that level where you feel a similar sense of authority and endangerment coming off of this individual or creature. So I loved the score. So the score was fucking amazing. Lily Rose Depp acts her pussy off in that movie. I'm not just talking about like playing hysterics and doing that kind of thing. Like, I genuinely was like, the way I would never be able to do the things that does in that film. Like the physicality of it, it's the violent shaking, and there's a part in the film, spoilers, but I think everyone's seeing this. It's kind of a meme on the internet that I've seen. It's like where like her eyes are all the way fucking back into her head and her mouth's open, she's drooling and all that kind of shit. I don't know whether that was visual effects or that was genuinely her. If that is the autonomy and control that she has over her face, I am severely impressed. So she was really great. The performances of everybody involved were really great. Like, I all felt that they really belonged to the period of which they were presenting. So that was really strong. Locations and cinematography, amazing. Like, everything was really, really wonderful. Like I just was like, did they build the set? Did they find... There's no way there's a place in the world that still looks like that, unless it's like an attraction of some kind, but I feel like it's probably partly visual effects and then they went really practical, which is cool, because that's like old school filmmaking and really high skill, high budget filmmaking. It's like what, you know, obviously what Wicked did and Game of Thrones has done, and like what would happen in older movies as well. So it's really cool to see that at the forefront. By the way, I am sorry for the wheel in the frame here, but I don't know where else to put you where it's not gonna be like really far away. But yeah, the locations, the sets were gorgeous, props, costumes, all that, like the actual art and like the world that was built, loved. It was like, it was clear from the start that Robert Eggers, I hope I'm pronouncing the last name properly, had a vision for what he wanted that world to look like and feel like, and it absolutely translated. It was just very, very like clearly thought out. So I cannot fault it for that. I can absolutely not fault it for that whole situation. Yeah, so that would probably be the things that I liked about the movie. It was just a very clear, concise vision, thought out, like they knew exactly what they wanted to do, and that's what they put out there. I feel like that they probably watching the movie back weren't like, oh, I just wish I did this differently. Oh, like I feel like I didn't really feel like I thought that through. I felt like it was very clear. What I didn't so much like about the movie, there's not much technical stuff. The only technical thing, this could be an issue with the cinema and the sound in the cinema, but I felt the way Nosferatu speaks in the film with such gravitas and such depth, and there's so much growl in it, there's so much bass in it, that I felt a little bit that I just couldn't understand anything he was saying, really. And that sucks, because I felt like the performance being given was really quite something. Like, it was very cool. Also an example of like the old school filmmaking. I think that that's a real person behind that. I actually don't know who played Nosferatu in the film. I'll look that up afterwards. But whoever played him, well done. That is quite the voice over there. Nosferatu in the film, I will say, he's quite sexy. And I don't know if that was the intended effect, but like Nosferatu, like old Nosferatu was like kind of like a hairless rat. Pointy ears, like no hair, like a little bit of like eyeshadow or something going on, and just was kind of like skinny in stature, just like kind of waddled around. Was not necessarily super imposing by today's standards. I'm sure back then it was quite like a thing. But yeah, he's very like, he's tall and has this deep voice and this mustache, and the way that he's like having this sort of like moment where he's seducing Lily Rose Depp's character to like to let him like be with her and become one with her. It's really quite like seducing. It's quite seductive, and that's like, I feel like that's quite weird. But I don't think I'm alone in thinking this, because I've seen things about that, about like it's like a Nosferatu hear me out thing. But like, he's generally like, at the end there's this quite wild frame where he's on top of Lily Rose Depp's character, and he's just all bony and shit, and like he kind of looks how like I expected to look, but the legs are stick thin, and that was really quite a bizarre visual. But, you know, we like people not for the sum of their parts, I believe is how you say it. But I yeah, he's quite sexy. Like, I don't know, like there was something weirdly like entrancing and like alluring about him as he's like talking and I don't know, going throughout the film. He's just generally quite an alluring individual because they've just made him so like tall and mysterious and crazy. So yeah, I thought that was a fun aspect of it. Whether or not it was intentional, I think that was a really fun aspect that, like, you know, I was like, I didn't think I had a thing for like I watched Twilight, never really thought I had a thing for vampires, but here we are in this moment. And I love that for me, and that's my truth, and that's my journey, and that's valid. So that was fun. Talk about things I don't like. I just think this is more just an emotional connection thing, and this isn't necessarily the fault of the film. And I don't know whether this was tied, because there was a point in the film where I kind of like fell asleep a little bit for like 20 minutes during like a scene where they were probably doing some explaining about like disease, like the plague that's going on in the film and all that. But yeah, I just like, there was a point where I just like felt like I was dozing off, and I think that partly has to do with the fact that tonally the film is very just the same pretty much across the board. Not to say that it's boring. There were pretty much always pretty exciting things visually, story-wise going on, but it's like the costumes are dark, like the atmosphere is dark, the composition of the fucking shots is dark, like the language is dark, the sound is very like quiet, dark. So like when it's so tonally like the same, I did kind of find that it was just like it felt like I don't know, it felt like I was just watching a very similar journey throughout the thing. But you know, I can't properly classify whether that's the fault of the film or not, but I think it's just a not for me thing, that kind of thing. I did get, like, after my 20-minute nap, I think I got jolted back into it by something. I can't really remember. I think it was like another one of Lily Rose Depp's like freak out moments, and I was, you know, back in. Quite loud. The movie was loud, but I don't mind that. Really kept me, you know, engaged. So I feel that, yeah, the tone, unfortunately, I struggled to really connect with the film emotionally and be invested and really care. Like, I didn't really care when Lily Rose Depp's character died at the end. I didn't really care when, like, he was in that situation, because the way that so Nicholas Holt's character, effectively the lead, along with Lily Rose Depp's character, I would say, he is given the opportunity to go sell a house to a very influential man, goes to a castle very far away. Turns out that castle belongs to Nosferatu, and like shit happens at that castle. And the way that those scenes are edited, it's like very much like time blends together. And I see what they were going for there, but it did definitely feel, it just made the pacing really weird and made it kind of difficult to understand what was real and what wasn't. And maybe that was the intention there, but like because a lot of the horror that comes from it comes in dreams, and the characters are dreaming about things and having visions of stuff of Nosferatu and things that are to come. And so your sense of reality isn't exactly grounded. And that can be really interesting. It's just, it made it difficult to actually understand any things that were going on at times because of that. Because I never really understood what was real. And I found that the visions and Lily Rose Depp's freakouts and all that kind of stuff, it got a little repetitious. Like she's like, you know, like she's talking about something, then she freaks out. She's talking about something, then she freaks out. She's talking about something, then she freaks out. And then she's freaking out all the way up until the end, when she's actually able to, like, I don't know, compose herself and not be afraid, and which is a good arc. But I found that I found that it was a little bit I just found that, like, part was a little bit repetitious. I don't know, yeah. So I unfortunately just failed to connect really to the story. I was very much impressed by the film, by what it was trying to put across, and I'm sure the people who are really into like gothic horror would fucking eat that movie up 100%. And maybe I would have eaten that movie up as well, given that I would have eaten that movie up maybe if I wasn't tired, or maybe if I hadn't fallen asleep for that moment and it broke my momentum. But I didn't really feel like I was tired going into that movie. I felt very like ready and excited to view it, and so I don't want to really say that that was me. I kind of felt like the film got me to that place, because I didn't really, and because of the sound though, and me not really understanding what people were saying, and I have to be really, really close attention to what people were saying to actually understand what was going on in the story. It just like, I felt like really in the dark, like about what was going on. And that could be a cinema issue, but that's just the experience that I had. And yeah, a lot of characters cry, a lot of characters yell, a lot of characters. There was a part in the story where like she like is taunting Nicholas Holt's character. I didn't really get what was going on in this scene. It's the scene where her eyes roll into the back of her head and she's like, I don't know if she's getting possessed or something. And then she's like, show Nosferatu how much we love each other, because he is in love with her. Nosferatu is in love with her. And so she is saying like, let's show him how much we're in love. So this really tense scene where he's like crying because she's having an absolute freak out and is doing the most bizarre things. She then like kneels down to like his crotch, and then they start fucking. And I was a little bit like, what? I don't know. It's moments like that where people take big swings, and I'm just like thinking like, is that really it? Is that really what? Well, obviously it's not what would happen, because it's not really suspended in reality, but it was just a bit of like a step in a weird direction for me. But it did add a level of like, it did change the script up, or change the events of the movie to an extent where I was like, oh, this is something interesting going on, so let me watch that and tune into that. And the film certainly didn't pull its punches in terms of events and things that would occur. I found, as far as the horror goes, it was very jump scare reliant. I never really felt scared of, I just knew how loud the film was, so I was just scared of when something loud was going to occur, but nothing ever really built like a sense of suspense for me, personally. Not in the same way like a film like Babadook really does. Babadook just made me like shitting myself just watching the scenes, just waiting for something to happen. Because like the idea of the film was very scary to me, as opposed to this where it's just the sound was really scary. So I was kind of, when scary things were like on the verge, I was in anticipation, but just to kind of block my ears, because it just was going to get really loud. But not necessarily because I found what was actually going to occur, or the environment surrounding what was about to occur, scary. Which is fine. Yeah, so a little jump scare reliant, little monotone in terms of its vibe. And yeah, but they definitely didn't pull their punches in terms of like brutality. Like there wasn't necessarily anything that made me go, whoa, that's brutal. But there were like shocking things, like when Nosferatu does like murder like 2 children in the film, and you do see that in the film, and so that was pretty like wild. Like I was like, oh wow, that's like, you know, that's edgy, you know, that's a fun thing. Like not all films are confident enough to show that, but I did get that vibe from the start of the film that I felt like it wasn't really going to pull its punches in terms of brutality, and it didn't, which I can respect, which is really cool, because doing that sort of gore and stuff, doing like that many layers of gore and paying attention to those scenes when you could just as easily cut away, it's a lot of money. And the film certainly had budget. But yeah, I think that I really enjoyed parts of the film. I think that I was just very impressed by the film. I very much enjoyed like witnessing the vision of it all. I liked that a lot. Technically, it was great. I could never say that the film's bad. It's definitely not bad. It's definitely worth seeing and witnessing, like, the pinnacle of gothic horror. It's really, like, the perfect gothic horror experience I can imagine. Maybe because that's just not for me. I didn't necessarily connect with it. So I would say great movie in terms of a technical aspect. If, like, you want to see, like, a really good, well-budgeted horror film that's really well thought out, really great. Just my negatives in terms of it are I just didn't feel like the world was built, or the characters or the world was built to a point where it paid attention to the aspect of caring for them and having stakes involved in wanting them to survive this ordeal. Where the world was built in various successful other ways, just I don't think particularly in that way. But I absolutely would recommend it to other people. And I'm glad that I went and saw it. And now I may or may not have, like, a vampire fetish of some kind. Like, I think maybe I need to go out and get me, like, a 6-foot lanky, like, man. But I am thankful for the sexual awakening it provided in me. That was really nice of them to give that to me. A wonderful welcome into the new year. But yeah. I would give it a solid 7 out of 10. Great experience. Regardless, that is going to close off my journey for today of this NOSFERATU journey vlog of some kind. But thank you so much for tagging along with me on this journey. I don't know what I will be doing next. Maybe I'll arrange a vision board in my room. Maybe I'll go see another movie. I don't know. But regardless, whoever's tuning in, thank you for doing so. And whoever's not tuning in, well, you won't know. But bye-bye. Thank you so much for listening. And yeah, bye.